what they know, but they don't know what we. Now, the judiciary being the last hope of the common man, the law has spoken. Has the law not spoken? The law has spoken. We are not afraid. You see, freedom comes with a price. But let me tell you something. Governor Siminalayi Fubara, the highest qualities he has is the quality of patience. Melembe. Simplified movement. Verse 4 to thank the authentic leadership of this local government. When they ask you, which party do you belong to? Tell them you belong to same party. Same, everywhere same day that would do. He will never abandon his supporters. It is better for you to take risk for a man who will never abandon you than a man who will use you and dump you.
All right, so you heard it for yourself there. Anywhere where they nine we go day. I have to put some English to the pigeon, right? But anyways, you heard from the chief of staff there. I wonder if we can translate the same party to mean that maybe is looking outside of the PDP. Is that a possibility? I wonder, because this is the chief of staff, right? Also a PDP member, but now he's saying if they ask you, he said simplified movement, the real owners of the local government, if they ask you what party do you belong to, tell them you belong to the same party. And I'm not making that up, you heard it for yourself. So could the same party in any way mean somewhere outside of the PDP? Okay, I guess I increased that volume too much. But could it in any way mean somewhere outside of the PDP? I like to hear from you on that one. I like to hear what you think concerning that one. Also, he said the governor doesn't abandon his people, unlike certain other politicians in river states. So I'd like to get your deductions on that one. It happened on Friday, by the way, in MOR local government area. And once again, that is from the chief of staff. But quickly running through my other big stories. Number 2 on the list, Governor Fubara threatens to embarrass contractor handling construction of Bori internal roads. Now, I am very much particular about this very conversation, and this is the reason why I am very much particular about it. It looks like there is the history of contractors abandoning projects. And when I mean history, sometime last year when I first started doing hard facts, we talked about one of my very first conversations. I never will forget that one. We talked about how the governor of Rivers State forgave a contractor, about 2 contractors by the way, who had spent taxpayers' money but did not spend it on what they gave them the money for. So they gave them the money to construct the Unity Road. Is it the Andoni Opobo Unity? Is it Andoni Inkoro Unity Road? I can't remember now. And they had given them about 90% of the fund. I don't know if you remember that story, right? But we talked about it, and we talked about it like we used about 2 days or 3 days, because there were 2 different situations, and we talked about the 2 different situations sometime last year. I hope you can remember. And about 90% had been given to the contractor by the previous administration. And, the governor came out and said, I know the person, you know the person, but we're going to forgive them. And I was left in a state of, surprise, wonder as to why we should be forgiving people who collected taxpayers' money. It's not the governor's money. It's not, the former governor's money, taxpayers' money, and did not do what they were supposed to do for taxpayers. That is, in all ramification, defrauding the taxpayers. Anyways, we talked about it that time. And, it looks like that matter was swept under the carpet like we suspected it would. Now, just for clarity's sake, I'm going to go back to, because I think I have it in my archives, I'm going to go back to, that story. And by the way, I should tell you that road the road I'm talking about, the Unity Road in the Anthony Opobo in Koro axis, has been under construction for about 24 years. You heard me right. 90% of the money was given to the contractor. As a matter of fact, what was left was 1 billion naira retainment fund they call it? Is it retention fund? I'm not a constructor, so I really don't know the terminologies you use in the civil engineering world. But yeah, it was 1 billion left, that they had not paid, but they had given them about 90 to 95% of the fund, and that road was re-awarded. Yes, you heard me right. It was re-awarded by the same Fubara administration. So it's now I get it, the Ogoni Opobo Inkoro Andoni project. That's what it is called. Now, I'm going to quote the governor, back then. He said, about 2 years ago, we had a meeting at the State Executive Council chamber where the immediate past governor, Nyesom Wike, discussed with Andoni people and leaders on the way forward on the project. In that meeting, the contractor was asked several questions and offered a blank check on what it will take to finish the road. I was the accountant general of the state then, so I was privy to the meeting, and the contractor said he needed a certain amount of money to complete the project. The Commissioner for Works was also in that meeting. We agreed, and the money for the project was paid, except the retention fund, which was about 1 billion naira. But it is really unfortunate that there was no progress in that project. The road was not progressing, and there were always stories here and there. When we came for campaigns, we promised them that I would ensure the delivery of the project. So I invited the contractor, but he was not showing any serious sign that he wants to do the job. So the government was left with no option but to cancel the project after inspection. My goodness, 90% of that money was paid for. Now, guess what? The Bori internal roads may be towing the same path with the Ogoni, Nkoro, Opobo, how do they call it? Andoni Road, right? That's the name. It looks like we're going to be towing same path because 2 tranches of money have been given to the contractor handling the internal roads, and guess what? Same attitude. Contractor refusing to go to the site, and not just refusing to go to the site, he's also refusing to answer the government when the government calls upon them. And guess another similarity. Okay, let's leave the other similarity so it doesn't look like I'm trying to cause a rift in the state. After all, the governor says there is political peace in River State. So let's make sure we keep and maintain that peace. But it's looking and it's towing the part. It's making it seem like we might. Anyways, let's take a listen to the governor.
Was awarded before my assumption in office, but I did the 2 payments for this project. The value of this project is about 6 point something billion. In the month of June, I paid the first 2 billion for it, and in December I also released another 2 billion, making about 70% of this project value. So I'm surprised where somebody will say that we're not interested in completing this project for my senatorial district.
Governor Fubara said it is even
inspect the Bori internal road, and honestly speaking, one of our major reasons of coming here is we got a very disturbing propaganda where some persons were circulating that we deliberately abandoned the continuation of Bori internal road, maybe because of one political reason or the other. So I came here myself to inspect the project and also to let the world know. It's very unfortunate that every time we find ourselves in this kind of very muddy water. I don't want to mention the name of the contractor. Let it not look as if I'm going personal. Let the contractor know himself. It's better go back to site, or I will do something that will embarrass him as a person.
Do something. What not that I'm thinking the governor cannot do something that will embarrass, but what can be embarrassing for such a person? I'm thinking and I'm wondering, really. Okay. I'm very mindful of my words. You know, I'm always mindful of my words because I always tell you to be mindful of your words as well. But then again, we need to question the approach. We need to question because this is all about taxpayers' money. Yeah. So we want more than embarrassment. I don't know if I'm speaking on behalf of you, but then I open the phone lines to hear your thoughts on this. I do think we want beyond embarrassment. If such amounts, the governor said 70% of the money has been given to the contractor, then the contractor should do the work. I don't live in Bori. I'm not from Bori. I don't do business in Bori. I may not even I do have friends in Bori. But, it's not like it concerns me directly, right? But the right thing should be done. So even the governor should do the right thing and not, use kids' gloves to handle this matter. I don't know if you agree with me on that one. But I would like to hear from you eventually. I'm going to open the phone lines in about 3, 4, 5 minutes. And I would really love to hear from you what you think about this very issue. Is embarrassment the way to go? Or do you think the governor should use some very mighty rod to chase after the contractor and ensure that the contractor does the work? If the contractor is not willing to work with the government, then the contractor should repay Rivers money. I don't know if you agree with me on that one. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Some cool billions, 2 billion in 2 tranches, right? That's 70% according to the governor. About 6 billion plus naira is what the road is worth. I need to go back to my archives and check how much. I think the Amdani project, the Unity Road. We were not told how much that was worth, but 90% of the money, I think they told, I just can't remember, some 9 billion, is it 90 billion thereabout, I can't remember. But 90% of the money was paid, and it's becoming a culture where contractors no longer complete projects. Or am I wrong? Or am I exaggerating? I'd like to hear from you. But let's quickly touch down with the final big story for today. And the final big story is just as interesting as the first two. It still has to do with politics, by the way. And, the first, was about Edison, Ehie, Chief of Staff, saying Seems Party. We're trying to understand what that means. The second is about, the governor warning contractors that he will embarrass them. Now, the third has got to do with the State House of Assembly here in River State. And Victor Oko-Jumbo, one of the members of the House, said to have been suspended by the 27 lawmakers led by Martin Amewule, came out on Friday at the rally, or is it a Thanksgiving service at MOA, saying that the House of Assembly authentic members are 3 in number. It was a Glasgow's weekend, like we would say, Gen Zs would say, but I'd like to get your thoughts on that one. I don't know why I'm laughing, but this thing's hilarious because some states are talking, building infrastructures for the development of the state. We still arguing who is the political leader and who is the true House of Assembly member. But take a listen for yourself.
That model obsolete. We must create something better. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of River State has distinguished himself and have shown that he is better than the previous administration. And that is why the 10th Legislative Assembly, headed by the authentic members of the River State Assembly, the famous 3, will continue to support His Excellency. Now, let me say this very clearly. The era where the intimidation and harassment has ended. That was in the medieval era. We are now operating on AI governance and AI politics. Let them in Abuja continue to remain in the medieval era. We will show them come 2027, and Rivers people will speak in their loudest voice, and we will all know who is in charge of Rivers State. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Okay, I think I'm done here. It's time for you to tell me what you think, what your thoughts are on any of the big three stories, or if you can manage your time properly, you can touch on all three big stories. The phone lines are officially open. Remember, we're live on Facebook. You could also drop your contributions on Facebook. I like to hear, your thoughts, reading down on Facebook. We're live, Nigeria Info PH. On YouTube, we're live, Nigeria Info PH. And on X, we are active, Nigeria Info PH. All right, so let's go to the phone line, 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003 and 0817 923 0002. All right, it's time for you to drop your thoughts. Ernest from Moji says, sometimes you third world country make me laugh. Which one is the governor said he will embarrass the contractor? Are they not friends? Do you know how they bid for the contract and the content of the contract like they do in Lagos? Yeah, everything is done in secrecy. Laugh aloud. Funny people, you want to construct road and you already give it to your pals without them coming to bid for the roads, and people are singing praises to the governor. He said he paid 2 billion in June, laugh aloud, and paid another 2 billion in December, but the money was not being used. If he was building his house, will he release another money after the first one was not used well? Or is it because it is public interest? Are you supposed to embarrass the contractor, or you should sue the man? I don't know why God wasted his time to create okay, that's hate speech. I'm going to move on from that. But I've got Chris, and Chris is calling me from Yenagua. Chris, welcome. What is on your mind? Please tell me.
Chris, gift.
Oh, okay. I was told Chris, but sorry about that.
Then meaning she not yet.
Yeah, gift. Welcome. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Canada. Let me start with the same party. The chief of staff who is making that statement. You can see for yourself now. We've been talking about this matter now, because I need to rush to handle these three issues. They have lost out. The list their principal called a fake list has turned out to become original list. So what they are doing now, the permutation, either to go to Labour Party, but even the Labour Party is a house of commotion, problem. But at the end of the day, I know that is where they will go to. Just mark today's date down.
All right.
They have lost out from PDP. No way for them, no headway. Wike and myself and others are in charge of PDP. That is the truth. Then coming to that contract, let me tell you, some of our brothers from Ogoni will come on air to tell us how Wike want a project to continue, how Saruwa came to their dream to give them information. Brother, Wike loves them. And right now, the funny thing is this. How come you paid June 2 billion? You paid another 2 billion in December. And there was no monitoring. There was no supervision. No oversight. Nothing. If it is your personal calendar, this is why the House of Assembly, remember the amendment, is a welcome development. Thank God when people were kicking against that Procurement Act, what they did was perfect. And I love it as far as I'm concerned. Now, every contractor should go for only 20%. No more 80 and 90 and 100% anymore.
Okay.
Then let me talk about the Oko-Jumbo, who is talking about...
summarize, please. Your time is up.
Authentic. He should just calm down. He knows the law. There's nothing like 3 authentic people. We have a leader in that house, and we have a speaker of that house.
All right.
So they have lost out. Thank
All right.
you.
Your thoughts against is, but I've got to go to Harry. Harry is calling from Ogunabali. Harry, welcome.
Yes, Kalada, good day.
Yeah, greetings to you. Welcome.
Let me really re-echo what the chief of staff said at Hema.
Okay.
Same party is the only party that we want to hear in River State on a sincere note. And these are the reasons why the Wiki supporters or what have you are still fighting that the same movement is spending money without anything. They know the same movement is building a structure for sin. If today seems okay with the look of this, PDP, the way Wike is doing is hijacking it. You want to believe that he was the one who kept the party to this moment and this and that. We don't know where it belongs. But then, we'll leave him.
All right.
If at all it comes to that point, we'll leave him and build the sympathy. Okay. And you will see what will happen in 2007.
All right.
You will see what will happen, the miracle. Minds of people has already turned from Wike to now Sin. And Sin is the only one that we want to hear from the locality.
Okay.
So the chief of staff, he got it right perfectly.
Okay. All right.
And for Oko, I tell you, look at the law. The law is so clear. There are only 3 authentic members they are. They never defected. They still stand. And still they are still in the party. They are the original, authentic, elected House of Assembly members. And nothing anybody can do about it. When the time comes, the law will speak and everybody will know it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Harry from Agunabali. I've got Ida from Ikoro. Ida, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to
Canada, please, I want to beg you for something. The governor is not going to Labour Party. Most of their callers call them to order. They cannot from another state and call that governor want to go.
No, everybody with everybody with his now Ida.
I know.
Ida,
would you? Going to Labour Party.
I would have to cut. Okay, thank you very much. Lugaman from Ehie, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear.
My brother Kalada. I greet you specially.
Yeah, welcome.
Lugaman from Ehie.
Welcome, Lugaman.
Yeah. Let me first of all talk on Edison here. That Governor Sim will not use them and abandon them. And Kalada, I'm a member of All Progressive Congress. But the day of the impeachment, I led some people, the governor, to assembly. We moved around throughout that day. Do you know that we went to home empty? Then which kind of abandonment is that? And
were you expecting? Sorry, look up.
And you cannot just remove him unconstitutionally.
Look at man.
That's why we supported him to be there.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
look at man. Can you hear me now? When you say you went home empty, what do you mean by that? Were you expected to be given some kind of cash gifts?
No, like we paid transport
to support the governor, right?
I hired bus.
Okay.
For my supporters.
Okay.
By right, even though the people that came to sympathize with the governor, are they not supposed to drink pure water? You understand?
Okay.
We're not there for payment, but we just to sympathize with the governor and to support him. Now, expected by Edison here, that same party. Well, I don't know which one is same party, but I want to call on Edison here to please advise the governor on how to develop River State. The same day thing was sworn in, our governor, was the same day LSOT was sworn in. Go to Abia, see what LSOT. Other states are flagging up projects, commissioning projects. But every day in River State here, we are busy organizing Thanksgiving. We are busy making notes on air, saying one thing or the other, but living governance. Look at we cannot get a chair from Elmer Johnson, Canada. We cannot even access a chair through Amba and Afara. Then what are we saying here? We are all producing. Then the governor is who's supposed to develop the state. We are busy talking politics, talking about 2027. What about now? It is what you do now. We speak for you in 2027. It's not by making us on air.
All right.
When that time comes, we will know who is who.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Lugan, man. I've got Victory. Victory is calling from Port Harcourt. Victory, welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Hello, Colorado.
Yeah, welcome, please.
Yeah, it's quite funny when I heard the record from the statement of the governor about the contractor at left side. It got me thinking, some months ago, this governor and his supporters
Victory.
was criticizing Wike for saying I. He's saying that he paid 2 billion. Is it his money? He said, I paid 2 billion. Is it his money? His money is money. So she's saying Wike for saying I. Now he's using the same I.
All right. When you, I don't know if Victory. I don't know if that is.
I'm going to say it is, we should advise the governor.
Okay.
A lot of people from the opposition who don't seem to be singing his praise and probably chanting behind him and all that are trying to put him on the right direction. They see it as hate. They see it as being against him. But it's almost a year. And I don't know, we can't really say this is what we have achieved in River State. He ran on the prospect of consolidation and continuity. Consolidation and continuity. We are not seeing it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Victory.
We're not seeing consolidation and continuity.
Victory, I've got to go.
Or he was meant to run under.
All right. I'm sorry, Victor, I've got to go. Your problem is I, but I've got Frank from D-Line. Frank, welcome. What is on your mind?
Good afternoon, Mr. Ratabo.
Yes, greetings to you. Welcome. What is on your mind? I'd like to
let me react on comment made by Chief of Staff. We're talking about where things belong, the party, and where everybody will go in Emoha. Well, things belongs to PDP. FCT minister belongs to PDP. So both of them, they are the same party. Tomorrow, they have another thing in mind for any of them to defend. As a member of PDP, I will remain in PDP. I don't belong to the PayPal movement. I don't belong to GDR. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so they can do anything they like. I remain a bona fide PDP member. Then for the comment made by Oko-Jumbo, please, Oko-Jumbo, wait. The matter is in court. The authentic, everybody will know at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, because they want to finalize the whole issue.
All right.
Please, let everybody calm down and wait for the time. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. I've got Steve from Port Harcourt. Steve, welcome.
Canada, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
My name is Steve Fumbo, coming from Port Harcourt.
All right, Steve.
Yeah, I want to talk about this internal rule for Bori.
I'm listening to you, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to say please, because severally now I've entered motor from Park here, Port Harcourt Park, straight to Povo, which is a very good before you to pass through corner water side. See, so I want to plead that the governor should do his best to restore that internal road in Bori. Since you say you are placed on our mouth, because that's why we are saying this road something is very, very important. If an industry, we want to have an industry, the goods will transfer to the hinterland, and without a good road, all your products will remain there. So it's good for us to take care of this road. Secondly, the last administration, when we were doing some projects, we tell the contractor, look, I don't want to hear rain or no rain. I'm giving this money, so please complete the approach, so that you not put any variation. So I'm pleading with the governor, so do all his best. We now, that's my area. It's only time we have now. We cannot owe any contractor outside because we don't give contractor any job. We don't know him.
All right.
So the government that gives the contractor a job knows what and when to do the contractor. So please let him do our best to restore that contract. That time will be give us a facelift. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Steve Ngbu, for your thoughts there. But let's look at some of the messages on WhatsApp. Or first, should we go to Facebook? Let's look at what Facebook folks are saying. Wosu Courage Bobo says, how can Victor Oko-Jumbo say authentic River State House of Assembly members are just 3? Let him not mislead the public, please. What happened to the suspension they got during the burning of the House of Assembly? Has it been overturned by the House of Assembly? SP Baradimois says, to me, that is the same structure, the governor structure. Godfrey Omeluka says, Governor Fubara is not safe in the PDP. They are looking for another political party to join. Stanley Rental says, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, Stanley. Leru Speed says, good afternoon, Kalada. Saying Sim Party is the same as saying I belong to Sim structure. By law, I think we have 3 authentic members of the State Assembly. The state government suing the contractor over breach of contract is a very big embarrassment to the contractor. Okay. Well explained by Aleru Speed. Aleru, thank you very much. But let's now go to WhatsApp, and where I have Clinton Rekere with a voice note. Take a listen.
It's Comrade Clinton. I am calling from Bori. The governor saying that he's going to embarrass contractors handling the Bori internal road if they don't go back to site. I actually have some reservation about this comment. It's not about embarrassing anybody. You don't need to embarrass anybody. You paid for something and that job has to be done. So you are the governor of Rivers State. If you paid for a project and the project is not being implemented, you just sue the contractor so they can get back Rivers Post money. It's not your private money, it's Rivers Post money, and that money was meant for project, and that project must be done. You see, this Bori we are talking about. Bori is one of the ancient towns in Rivers State, one of the ancient towns, and this town have remained like this because of lack of political will. The politicians, the leaders have refused to develop this place. I don't know why. I don't really know why they refused to develop Bori, but Bori have remained like this. The last road they did in Bori was by
all right.
Was during the time of Amechi. That was done by Jaku Peter when he was the commissioner for works. That was the last time they do internal roads in Bori. So if this governor have decided to do internal roads, why don't follow it up? Why don't you follow it up? It's not about just coming on media and saying you embarrass. You don't need to embarrass anybody. This is our money. It should be done so that Bori people will have roads. Bori is so underdeveloped, for crying out loud. We need development here in Bori. Our schools are bad. Our roads are bad. Healthcare, the hospital that was being built by the last administration, it's left like that. Nothing has been done about it. So I don't think that the government should just come and be saying this. It should be active, be proactive, not just saying it. We want this road done and done in the shortest possible period of time. Then on Edison, he is saying that if they ask which political party you belong, say Sin Party. I am not involved. I'm not interested in any party politics for now. What we need in Rivers State is governance. When it's time for party politics, we will play party politics. I am a member of the APC. We will play party politics. But for now, what we need in Rivers State is development. Civil servants need their entitlement. Pay them their gratuities. Pay them their entitlement. That is what we need. It's not just politics. What we see here is politics. So the governor should leave that and concentrate on governance of Rivers State. Leave Sim Party, leave any party. Concentrate on governance. When it's time for politics, we'll play all the politics together. That is my take this morning, this afternoon. Thank you very much.
All right, Clinton, thank you very much there. I've got Hector with his own voice now. Let's take a listen to Hector.
Good afternoon, KD. This is Hector. The governor threatened a contractor who has refused to execute a contract awarded to him, having paid 90% of the project. I think they are taking the gentility of Mr. Governor for granted. And if Mr. Governor continues to allow this, they will embarrass him instead of him embarrassing him. So it is high time the governor embarrass the contractor than waiting for the contractor to embarrass him, because at the end, the people will not blame the contractor. In the end, Rivers people will blame the government of Siminalayi Fubara for not completing or for not carrying on the project. It is very unfortunate, because this is a state that it seems that we try to politicize everything. In this state, we politicize it. And that is why things will continue to happen in retrogression. Just too unfortunate, Do you know that even this Ogbogoro Akanya road, this is the third time this road is awarded. It was the first governor that was awarded was Rotimi Amechi. It was abandoned. Wike came and awarded it, and we even heard that during Wike, it was even paid 100%. Yet the road was abandoned. Now the present government has come and has awarded it again. For how long will this abandonment of road continue? I think the governor should embarrass contractors who are choosing to embarrass his government before it is too late. Thank you, from Hector.
Okay, so let's see other messages. This one says, "Good afternoon, Canada. Until the laws of the land say otherwise, those assembly members are illegal." Even the yesterday minister confirmed it by saying that he wasn't aware of the defection. That's not a confirmation, right? But he said the statement shows a bit of realization after the era of defection was done. Mike from Thai. Good afternoon, Canada. The authenticity of the House of Assembly is to be determined by the court, not by shouting. The pressures will room from Omagwa. Katie, you want the governor to go beyond embarrassing the Ogoni road contractor? What if the contractor is a 7 Ogoni senator? But you see, John, nobody is above the law. Nobody. I mean, I know I laughed, but nobody is above the law. And that is how it should be. We want institutions that are stronger than the men in society. And the women as well. But this one says they have Abraham as father in Abuja. Remember that the game is PDA PC. Now his sins might have been forgiven. Rivers of Wonders. John, thank you very much. This one says, "Good day, Canada. I think the contractor has a link with the previous administration. Is untouchable, I guess." Watson from Bori with that speculation. Governor Singh, please don't waste much time. Get the contractor arrested. As for the House of Assembly, there are only 3 members for now. Confidence leveled him from Osizue Che. Now, this one says the contractor might be a political contractor and an ally, or in alliance, you should have said, to the former governor. That is why he has the mind to sack the person who received the letter that the governor wrote to him. Oh, you saw that as well, right? This one says, "Good afternoon, Lexi from Port Harcourt. Brother, if they like, let them have all the names in charge of PDP in River State. Same will govern for 8 years. They will know that election come 2027 is not foreseen, as they are still blinded and yet to regain understanding of the reality. 2027 election will be by Rivers people versus them on the other side. Rivers State has been liberated and they can never eat their cake and have it anymore. I just want to beg the governor to reinstate the Ignatius Ajuru University staff because they are all Rivers people." Thanks, bro, he said. This was just greetings, Canada. I think when people make politics their means of survival, caution and reasons are definitely thrown into the wind. This is the current state of politics in River State, particularly on the part of the people misleading Governor Fubara right now. The law is unambiguously explicit on how a House of Assembly is constituted. These has legitimized Honorable Martin Amewule as the Speaker of River State House of Assembly until he's impeached. Also, I don't know what abandonment or of agreement or support means to Honorable Edison here, but I think I have seen Governor Fubara failing to keep agreement, promise, and support. Example is the disdainful testament of people who made the enthronement of Governor Fubara possible, Emmy Fiaga. But I don't know what you mean by disdainful treatment. I did see, some, I don't know if I saw correctly while I was watching the video from one of the national TVs. I don't know if it was, maybe someone will have to correct me, but if it was go round, I saw, I need someone to correct me on that one. But, Ernest from Woji is back and he says the same party they want to form. I want to ask, what are their ideologies? What are their policies on climate change, on social change, on education, freedom of speech? Or is it just another committee of friends of Thanksgiving and we will do roads kind of thing, I guess? And that's what we're just trying to ask. Someone says we are watching. Oh, okay, all right. I wonder what we're watching. Is it the road construction? Is it the House of Assembly saga? Is it the Sim Party conversation? Which one are you watching? I like to hear. This one says Governor Fubara is a man of integrity who accords respect to all, including contractors, and says final warning to the contractor to go back to the side or get being exposed. Also, the Chief of Staff's statement about belonging to the same party means that the governor is a unifier who attracts support beyond party line. That makes sense, okay? Finally, I totally support Honorable Oko-Jumbo's assertion that we have 3 legitimate members of the River State House of Assembly since the others have defected from the PDP that brought them to power. What you got, Naka, with that one? Okay, this one says, let the governor face governance and leave politics, for no man wins his father in a fight. Thanks, Okago, Indubisi, Oyemachi. Oyemachi, are you sure no man wins his father? I've seen people who won their father. In politics as well. What's his name now? Obaseki, Godwin Obaseki is a typical example. Anyways, imagine the governor sounding as if he's helpless in these issues. or these issues with the road contractor. This is always the case because of bribery and corruption. The contractor, and that's an allegation by the way, the contractor knows you have been giving, oh, okay, I'm going to skip that. Those are heavy allegations and I cannot continue with those. Let's listen to Jaja Maxwell. Do I have enough time? I think I do. So said, oh, better still, I just read your message. You said, good afternoon, KDB. Who's in charge of the state is the governor. Those weak assembly boys are losers. So anyone thinking that Sim is not in charge should wake up. I still say the problem with those is that no more sharing of money. That's why they are frustrated. Jaja Maxwell, okay. Let's see this one. This one says, man of the people, greetings. Those in opposition parties are happy for what is playing out from River State, and I want to tell them that Governor Fubara will come out victoriously no matter their plan from Tango ability to it. But let's take a listen to Ibiso.
Kalada, good afternoon. About the contract, the governor was talking on radio. To me, arrest the contractor. Now you take your first step. The contractor don't want to show up. The next thing, you publish his company's name in different newspaper. Arrest him. Heaven will not fall. If the contractor is a friend to the former governor or anybody, this is Rivers taxpayers' money. Arrest him. Let him come and do the work, or refund the money to the government and you give the contract to another person. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that will come and give accounts of the state's fund when you are a governor. They should not take accountability for granted. Do the right thing at the right time. Rivers people are behind you. Heaven will not fall. Thank you.
All right. Heaven will not fall, Ibiso says. I wonder what he means by that, but we're close to the top of the hour, and it's time for the what do you call it now? It's time for the business update, the business news. So yes, I would have to step on the brakes at this point, but I'm going to go back to Facebook and see if I do have more messages. Comrade Degbo says, Kalata, my question is, how about all the lawmakers who defected from PDP to Labour in Abia State? Are their seats vacant? I guess, Abia State would have to play their own politics. If we were in Abia State, we would have been able to talk about that in extensive time and all that. But for now, we're focused on Rivers issues and Rivers matters, and that's how the story goes. Okay, I step on the brakes now. When I do come back, it will be time for us to look at another political issue in Rivers State. Do stay tuned. Hopefully my guest will be ready to have a conversation with us. All right, I'll be right back. Just stay tuned.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info. Keep your dial locked for sustainable development.
On your talk station, the conversation never ends.
Let the person walk, we will vote him